Hi folks, Thurs here, welcome to a World of Warcraft Legion video, and my apologies for not putting out any World of Warcraft content recently. I've just been busy with other projects. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new allied race, or one of the brand new allied races with the Dark Iron Dwarves. They've just become available on the alpha servers here in the game. And one thing I have noticed is there's no quest line yet available. I've come over to the embassy. It just seems that the allied races are currently unlockable for everybody that's playing the alpha automatically just by going to the character creation screen. So I'm still looking forward to seeing what the quest line will be like to unlock these new races. But for now, as I say, that's not available, so let's go straight to the character creation. Over at character creation then, we're going to go ahead and select allied races as you normally would. And here they are, the two new allied races. So we're going to select Dark Iron Dwarf for the purposes of today's video. And you can see immediately you're going to get the Dark Iron Dwarves available in 9 of the 12 races. So Warrior, Paladin, Hunter, Rogue, Priest, Shaman, Mage, Warlock and Monk are going to be your available choices. And I'm just going to go through these briefly because some of the classes do have unique customizations such as pets and totems, so you can see everything for the sake of completionism here. I do want to try and cover everything if possible, so that whatever you're watching this video for, you'll be able to get your answers to in terms of the new class, at least if the answer's available at the moment on the alpha servers. So there's the 9 classes. We're going to go ahead for the purposes of the creation here and select Paladin, and we'll go to customize, and then we'll have a look at some of these options. Now just remember, this is alpha, and this is the first iteration of the new allied races on the alpha servers, so some of these customizations might or probably will change before the live release. So just going through the list then, we'll start with the male gender, and you've got your skin colour, and there's just 4 options for skin colour, ranging from fairly light to fairly dark. As you can see there, if we go to the face options, we'll start at the top, and hopefully you can see that. What I might do actually before going to face is see if there's an option to remove facial hair. There isn't. Okay, so we'll just go through the faces here. It would make sense for a dwarf not to be able to remove their facial hair, I suppose. So they all look fairly similar to me, but then I'm getting old, I don't notice these intricacies as much as you younger folks do. Hair. Okay, you can get, like, baldy with some nice tattoo on his head. And I like the way that the hair is kind of tinged with fire there. That's pretty awesome, that is. Going for the old orc hairstyle. Okay, hair colour, of course. So there's not a huge lot of customization in terms of the amount of options, but that's pretty standard stuff, I suppose, for a World of Warcraft character creation screen. So, you know, a fair variety in the colours there that you can select. I do like that red one. It seems to go well, actually, with the whole fire theme of the blacksmithing and Dark Iron Dwarf mentality. Facial hair. So I believe these are basically the same as the normal Dwarven options. At least some of them are. But obviously with the whole fire element as well. Some of these earrings I can't really see. In fact, they all seem to not be there except for this one. Oh, I see, there's some nose rings as well. Oh, and on the eyebrow. Okay. So they do have different options. That's cool. And then finally your tattoos. So I believe the tattoos are one of the things that really distinguish the Dark Iron Dwarves from the normal dwarves. Okay, and let's have a look at the female. So it seems like the females are currently incomplete, unfortunately, but we can have a look at the skin colours. That's pretty freaky, isn't it? So, as I said, a lot of these are clearly going to change by the time the game comes out and is in your hands. Personally, I've never really cared too much for character customization. I'll spend like 2 minutes on it when I start a new character. but I know some people really like to get into the intricacies of it. Which is why I think the World of Warcraft character creation's never really been that popular. It doesn't give you a whole lot of choice. But for someone like me, that's absolutely perfect. But for a lot of people, I understand it is a bit of an issue. Okay, and hair colour. Starting from the top, we've got the orangey / red fiery look. Just look around, see if I can see any difference with these accessories here. So that was a nose ring. Kind of blends into the skin colour, which makes it a bit difficult to see. I probably should have chosen a more pale skin or something, so you guys can see this more clearly, but not to worry. Little nose ring there. And that's just nothing. Okay. And there we have it, guys. There's the various different options there. So let's go ahead, enter a game, and we'll see what the racials are like. I've actually just gone ahead and created a shaman, just so I can have a look at some of these totems. I'm thinking of doing a shaman in on the live service once the Battle for Azeroth comes out as a Dark Iron Dwarf. I've not played a shaman for many years, so it'd be interesting to do so again. Yeah, I do like these totems. They're kind of like anvils, aren't they? But more mechanised. So they certainly fit the theme well, that's for sure. Alright then, let's have a look at some of these options then that are available to the Dark Iron Dwarves in terms of racial abilities. It seems the Dark Iron Dwarf then is going to be equipped with 5 racial / racial passives that you're going to want to know about. The first, perhaps the most useful, is going to be Fireblood. And what Fireblood does is pretty much remove all negative status ailments that you might be affected with. It's an instant ability that you use with a 2-minute cooldown, and on top of the fact of it removing all negative status ailments, it's also going to just be a flat out stat boost for you as well. So very useful obviously in PvP, but with definitely some PvE use as well there. Right, next up we have Dungeon Delver, which is a racial passive and fairly simple. It's self-explanatory. While indoors, move 4% faster. And Mole Machine is not yet implemented, so I can't show you this one. So I'm not exactly sure what it does. But it's on a 30-minute cooldown. And apparently it summons a Mole Machine that tunnels through the earth. So whether that's going to be like a kind of Hearthstone or something along those lines, we'll have to wait and see, in all honesty. Can't really test it out right now. Next up we have Forged in Flames, which is just your basic damage reduction. A lot of races have various forms of these. And then finally we have Mass Production, which is another racial passive, and this is a boost to blacksmithing. So it's not a huge boost. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to want to use blacksmithing on other toons or other characters that you create that aren't Dark Iron Dwarves, but it's a bonus if you do want to have a blacksmithing Dark Iron Dwarf, I guess, as well. As you would expect as well, there's some new voice emotes, so I'll just show you some of those.
Come here a second. I want to ask you a question. I'm a very passionate fella. Canna you tell by the fire in me eyes? My wife complains that I leave soot all over the furniture. I see. It adds character! When a corehound messes on your carpet, you don't bother with a towel. You grab a fire extinguisher! That Magni Bronzebeard thinks he's so clever. But I can see right through him. My wife complains that I leave soot all over the furniture.
Okay, so it looks like we're back to the start now. So one or two of those weren't implemented. They didn't actually have a voice emote with them. But there's the jokes for you. I won't go through all of the different voice emotes for the Dark Iron Dwarf, as would be here all day.
Chugga 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 choo choo.
But you get the general idea of those, I'm sure. Now, unfortunately, I'm unable to show you the heritage armour and the pet, which is the Dark Iron Dwarf mount. So, the Dark Iron core. Okay, folks, well, I think I've pretty much shown you everything that can be shown with the Dark Iron Dwarves at the moment. In terms of their actual other emotes, their physical actions, they will just perform the same as the Dwarves. So, nothing really new to show you there. And I guess I can show you the jokes for the female Dark Iron Dwarf. I'll go and do that before we finish off.
Well met. Stop, drop and roll. And just what is that supposed to mean? I live in a volcano. Personal hygiene ain't exactly high on my list of priorities. Oh, I always wanted a pair of diamond earrings. Think Magni would notice if I chipped off a couple of bits? Some dwarves just want to watch the world burn. I happen to be one of them. Oh, me ma and da met at the Grim Guzzler. Huh, come to think of it, everybody's ma and da met at the Grim Guzzler. I once had a pet bird. I used to tell him, by fire be perched. Sooty, I miss you. The secret to living a happy life at the forge? Well, flame-resistant hairnets, of course. Oh, I always wanted a pair of diamond earrings.
Alright, so we're back to the start again. Okay, folks, well, I hope this little introduction to the Dark Iron Dwarves has been helpful to you and you've enjoyed watching. If so, please don't forget to leave a like on this video and come back soon as we check out the new Orc race, Allied Orc race, that the Horde are getting as well, which we'll be doing next time. But that's it for me for today, guys. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.